Okay, good afternoon, folks. Good afternoon. Here we go again. Welcome to the monthly event, the non-farm payroll live event. I really haven't got the time to say hello to everyone, but hello to everyone. Marco, Kick, hello, Chris, Calvin, Bobby Australian. Where are you from, Bobby? Vivek, hello to you as well. Uncle Sam, Max, Harry G, Rex. See if we can get these up to 500 viewers inside the room. Welcome to you all. Here we go again. It's gone quick, isn't it? Gone quick since the last one. I seem to be doing these every week these days. Anyway, good to see you all in here, and also welcome to the viewers that we've got in from the select number from the YouTube channel. So you're most welcome as well. Of course, I won't be able to engage too much in your conversation on the YouTube channel, although I do have a team of people working behind looking at the chat. So if you do have any questions, drop it in there to the chat, and I'm sure they'll put it in front of my eyes at some point. But of course, my main focus is our trading community here. Hello, Penny. Hello, RD Souza, and hello, John Sniper FX. Okay, so let me just give you a bit of an outline for those of you that don't follow this each and every week. Let me give you a bit of an itinerary. We'll spend the next few minutes talking a little bit about non-farm payroll, what we can expect and how it's likely to impact the markets. And the reasons why it's so important, and the reason why I think it's quite important this month as well, more so than a lot of the months. A couple of 3 or 4 months ago, I remember me and Max were saying non-farm payroll, non-event. It's becoming an increasingly more important event. We'll talk about that. On the stroke of the bottom of the hour, you will hear the release of the data, and that will come bellowing out of my squawk. Remember, there is about, well, the internet, depending, of course, on where you are in the world, maybe a latency of 2 or 3 seconds or so you don't think you're going to hear it there first. I will hear it first because I have the squawk, but you won't. And we'll see if we can trade it live. It's where it's going, who knows. Interestingly enough, I just been listening to Bloomberg, 3 analysts on Bloomberg a moment ago, and the host said it was 19 minutes. He goes, in 19 minutes we're going to have the release. If I told you the release now, would you know where bond markets are going to go? And none of them could tell where the bond markets are going to go. So it is pretty much a bit of a gamble, even if you know where the numbers are. We don't, of course, know where the numbers are. I certainly don't know where the numbers are. I think Biden might know where they are, but I certainly don't know where they are. So it is a bit of a lottery. We'll talk about my views in a moment. And once all the activity dies down, we'll be giving away some cold, hard cash. Yeah, cold, hard cash. And I can guarantee you, this is not Max's cash, and it's not Mark's cash either. Never seen any cash out of them in anything. Any of the little internal charity events we do, nothing from them. It's not my money either, actually. It's sponsored by one of the brokers at IC Markets. So they're going to be giving away, we're going to be giving away $500 to the best room contributor. That's the person that's basically been... oh, yeah, let me say that, Marco. Well done, because people are watching me elsewhere. Yeah, well done, Marco. Sorry. Motion picture only. Yeah, $30,000 here. Cost me $20 on Amazon. That's what you see on all the scam YouTube videos. People trying to entice you into the Forex market. So it's not real money. Although we are giving away real money, Marco. We are giving away real money today. Goes to the best room contributor, the person that's been most active and helping people in the room over the last month. We also give $500 away to the most active, well, not necessarily the most active, but the room signal provider, the one that's been doing signals throughout the month and following up and keeping it flowing. So we give $500 there, and then we also get $500 away. We also give $500 away in a random raffle as well. So that goes to basically anyone that's registered for the raffle. And of course, you can't register now for this one, but you can register for next one. Right, okay, so non-farm payroll. Non-farm payroll, for those that don't know, very briefly, I've got to keep an eye on the clock. Very briefly, it's the job numbers. It basically tells us how many people have been employed in the workforce since the previous month, and it's a good indication of the state of the economy. Obviously, more people are employed, more people have money. More people have money. What are they doing? They're spending money. That puts pressure on prices. Central banks, as you know, they have to control prices. They have to control inflation. So they move interest rates to control inflation. That's simple as that. That's why we follow these economic releases each and every day. Although non-farm payroll, of course, is the top of the pile because everything filters down from there, clearly. So non-farm payroll tells us the state of the economy. And if interest rates have to rise to basically keep a lid on prices, then ordinarily your currency should follow. High interest rates, normally high currency. Yep, because obviously you want to invest in that high currency, high interest rate environment, you need to buy that currency. Just look at the Turkish lira, for example. Right, and of course, and everything is revolving around what the dollar is doing. That's why it's so important. The dollar is the most actively traded currency pair on the planet. Did you know? Did you know that it actually accounts for about 88% of all the currency transactions in the world are basically involving the dollar on one side? So that's what we'll be looking at. So let's have a look at the charts here. So non-farm payroll last month. Last month came in at 850. I thought last month came in at 550. Maybe it came at 850. Anyway, this month we're looking for non-farm payroll job numbers at 875. I was doing some analysis of all the analysts that are reviewing this, and the range was actually quite large. The lowest I saw, and these are from reputable banks and so forth, was 350, and the highest was 1.2 million. So the thought is, of course, with the COVID pandemic sort of easing, everyone's getting vaccinated, and people are going back into work. People are looking for work. You just saw it here in the UK as well today. The jobs are basically, there's a surplus of jobs, and people are going back into the workforce. So there's a good belief here now that the economy is going to be adding these jobs on a sustained basis. 875,000. Do you remember? It was May, June. I think it was May. The last time they were expecting 1 million jobs, and it came in at 222,000. Came in at 222,000. Big miss, and the dollar plunged, dropped like a rock. Be careful of this report today. Anyway, I'll talk about that in a second. 5.7 unemployment. That I think there's not going to be too much deviation in that number. 5.7, maybe 5.6 is a good number. 5.5 will be an incredibly good number, which means the dollar should increase in value. And anything above 5.8 will be deemed to be a bad number, in which case the dollar should come down in value. Should, operative word there, should. Markets don't always behave as they should do, so that's why sometimes trading these events as they stand on a 5-minute chart sometimes can be a bit of a gamble. Anyway, so this month, it's all about tapering. Again, I just want to educate those that don't follow the economics so much. Tapering is basically the winding back of what the Fed are doing at the moment. At the moment, the Fed are flooding the markets with cheap money, and they do that by buying their own government bonds and corporate bonds and so forth. By buying their bonds, they're putting money into the system. When you buy a bond, the yield on that bond goes down, prices go up, yields go down. They always work in opposite directions. So by buying bonds, it keeps interest rates low. Now they're talking about tapering. Okay, tapering basically means easing back on those bond buying. That, in theory, in effect, is upward pressure on interest rates. Okay, trying to think about it in your head logically. Not buying as many bonds is an upward pressure. So everyone's talking about when the Fed are going to be talking about their tapering program. Now, Powell, a couple of weeks ago, or the last FOMC, he's basically saying it's ways away before they start tapering. He's talking about maybe the end of the year before they start talking about tapering. The dollar came back down when you saw the Fed early on in the week. And then you've got the deputy president of the Fed, his name's Clarida, basically talking about the next two data points, i.e. this one, August, looking back at July, and September, looking back at August, are very important. If this number is really good, the talk will be that they are going to start talking about tapering, in which case the numbers could push the US dollar higher. So that is why we'll be looking at the exact number when it comes out. So remember, if there is going to be a high number, higher than 900, above 1 million, that should be good for the dollar. That basically means the euro dollar should come lower. Let's just pull up some charts here. I'm running out of time a little bit. Let's just go. I'll tell you what, I'll go to that. It might be a little bit clearer. So basically, Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to here. So this is the euro dollar. So basically, if the numbers are very, very strong, I'd expect the dollar to go higher. That means the euro, which is pitched against the US dollar, will go lower. Here on the daily chart, I put in some support and resistance lines. Okay, these are just done manually. You can use our trading tool if you like. If you're having struggles with that, you can always put them in here. You'll see they come in pretty much in line as well, exactly the way I drew them. But the support tool does that for you if you are struggling to do that. So a strong number will see this potentially drive lower, but I'm looking at this level at 1760, which is about 40 pips away from here now, to be the stalling point. And certainly if it breaks there, I'd see it very unlikely to push basically up to below 1725. Remember, this is going to be on a strong number. If it's a weak number, I expect this to bounce. But again, I'm not expecting it to bounce much more than 1850 to 1875, and I'm very sure that it's not going to get above 1900. So I'll be maybe looking to trade within this range on a bit of a wing and a prayer, I guess. So that's basically what we're looking at the moment. I've got here the 15-minute chart on the left of the screen. I'm going to be using our risk management tool, which if I put over there, you might be able to see it behind my head. Then you can't see the chart, but that's okay. I'll put it there. So this is basically ensuring that I'm only going to be risking 0.5% on the account. Okay, so I've set this up. You've always got to be trading with a risk management tool. If you don't have one, you should get one. Whether you're using members of many of you in our trading room or not, you should be using one of these to control each and every trade's risk. That's the first thing you should be doing as a trader, is thinking about risk. And I'm just going to switch mine on now. I'm going to turn on auto trading up there, turn it on. The green line is my profit target. I don't know where we're going to go at the moment. I'm going to switch on pending order. Okay, so my yellow line is a pending order. I'm not going to do fastest fingers first. I'm going to see for the first 2 or 3 minutes what the read does, how it's digested, and then make my decisions accordingly. So this yellow line is my pending order, and my stop loss, and my green line will be my profit target as well. I'm only going to be risking 0.5%. So on this account, it's only about $120 on this live streaming account. Well, that's enough for this. So there you go. We have got about 1 minute and 50 seconds. Now remember, what you hear from me is going to be slightly delayed when you hear the read. If you have a Twitter feed, you might get it quicker even than the live score. I mean, mine will be instant because that's what I pay for on the live score, because that's why I think it's very important that people have that type of tool to their hand. Bye, says Penny. My view is going to be a strong number. Dollar's going to rally. But it's going to be met with some support pretty on, because I think the market's got themselves quite excited about a strong number. So a strong number, I think, I haven't got a crystal ball. Well, I have actually. Not a very good one. I think it's going to be a strong number. I think the dollar's going to rally. I think the euro is going to fall against the dollar, and I think you're going to find some support coming in here around the zone here. So potential reversing. Many moons ago, I used to trade a strategy when I was actively trading these. Buy the rumour, sell the fact. Let the market digest, and then it reverses. Good point, John Sniper. It says the US dollar is the Dow and the stock markets are falling. Remember, a strong number, that basically means stimulus is going to be pulled back, upward pressure on interest rates, stock markets could come under pressure. There you go. That's Economics 121. Economics 101 in about 10 minutes. We've got 30 seconds before this data release. I'm primarily going to be looking at the euro dollar. Once things settle down, I'll go and have a look at the other pairs as well. Of course, yen is going to be affected by what happens to the risk assets, stocks and so forth.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Here we go. $940, bang in line.
3,000 for NFP with the unemployment rate at 5.4%.
Bang in line, okay.
The average hourly earnings month to month coming in young to 0.4%, and year on year at 4%.
Okay, watch this support zone here that I've drawn in here on the daily chart. Okay, it's bang in line. I missed the.
Canada, the net change in employment 94,000 below the 150,000.
Right, Canada employment, by the way, is coming lower than expected. Expect the Canadian dollar to maybe fall from these levels.
So the full rundown from the US employment report there, with NFP at 943,000, revised higher at 938,000 from the prior 850,000.
Okay, so the last month was revised higher as well. So that's good for the dollar. This one I think is maybe not as good as the market was expecting. There were some going there for. I mean, I think the potential here is for this to find this some support. If this gets back down to the 160 zone, which I most really won't, but if it does, I'll be happy to get some maybe in and around that level. So I'm going to put in a little potential buy order in at 1760. My stop is going to be, let's have a look here. I'm going to make sure my risk reward is better than 1 to 1. Well, we're not there at the moment, but that is where I'm going to place a little pending. If the dollar wants to drive back down to that support on that number, I'm quite happy to have a little go there. So I'm putting a pending order in at 1765. It's bouncing a bit now. It's just where this support zone is that you saw there on the higher time frame charts, the daily and the weekly. I'll be very surprised if that number gets there. And someone says gold. Wow, I see gold at the moment. Where are we going in gold? Let's have a look at gold. There we go. So gold's dropping a bit. So bond yields are dropping a little bit. Okay, so it's a bit of a mixed bag here. Oh, it is now. See, the dollar is actually falling now. So that was a good job number, and as I said, well, we bounced off this little zone down here at 1775. I don't think we're going to getting down to my entry. So the dollar is now falling. Bond yields are dropping as well. I beg your pardon. Bond yields have actually just surged in the last 2 minutes. The bonds have just absolutely surged. Initially, we dropped off on bonds, but look what's happened in the last couple of minutes. Bond yields are now pushing out from 125 to 127, and the dollar is falling. So that just doesn't happen. That should not be happening. See, so the stock looks as though the stocks quite like it. So the stock market is basically driving higher. This is the S&P 500. This, as you are witnessing, is all-time highs in here. I'm just going to pull that order at the moment. It's not going to be happening, so I'm just going to pull my order on the euro dollar while we settle down. So the stock market is pounding higher at the moment. It's pounding higher, I think, on the back of the fact that the number wasn't spectacular. I'm
looking at hourly wages. I find this fascinating. Hourly wages increased more than expected year over year.
Yeah, hourly wages increasing. It's in inflation. Inflation's right at 5% or something in out there at the moment. Absolutely crazy. So stocks are going higher. Oh, I am making some money today. Bitcoin's up. There we go. Look at the bond yields. Look at the 10-year bond yield flying higher up to 1 point. So this should be dollar supportive. Okay, but it's not reflected. I'll tell you why it's not reflected in the dollar. The dollar's basically seeing some profit taking because the dark markets were expecting, were hoping for a really, really, really positive read. A lot of the analysts were talking about that tapering, weren't they? With a really, really big read above above a million. It didn't happen. So profit taking here going on in the dollar at the moment. So companies are paying out to get people back to work, says your man from Bloomberg. Yeah, stock markets are not doing anything. The yields are doing. Bond yields are being sold. So bonds are being sold at the moment. Yields are going up. So now dollar's dropping. Dollar is now finding a little bit of buying now. Let's just have a look at that on a. I wouldn't be too keen on this at the moment. If I buy it at 1760 and I've got to stop below the next support at 1720, I think that's quite a safe little trade, but I don't think we're going to get there in this stream, and it's not my intraday trading strategy that I would generally follow. As a trend follower, the trend clearly is down. I actually think the euro is under significant pressure on its own right, let alone just because of these job numbers. Let's have a quick look at what's going on then with the dollar yen. Sorry folks, we haven't taken a live trade. So the yen's not liking it. So the dollar is now, here we go. So the index is pushing up. Euro dollar is not, but the index is pushing up. This is the dollar against the yen. That is most probably worth a little buy with a pullback. Yen's looking weak across the board. What is the yen doing? Let's just have a quick look at our momentum meter. For those that don't follow us, this is telling us exactly what's happening at the moment. Let's take that down to the lower time frame charts, see how these numbers have reacted. So this is on the 1 hour chart. If I take that down to the 15 minute, that tells me exactly what's going on at the moment. Look at this yen here. The yen has taken the biggest brunt of this dollar move. Okay, so the yen is under pressure. So at the moment, selling yen is must be the sensible thing to do. Maybe buying dollar yen is the way to do it. Let's wait for a pullback. Pound yen, certainly. You see on my little ticker below my thing here, it says long pound, short yen. That works all right. That's interesting. So pound yen drives higher. Let's have a look at dollar yen for a potential long trade. Yeah, I think if we pull back into this zone here, we'll maybe have some dollar yen. I'm not going to buy these highs, but the yen's so weak at the moment. I don't really see that turning around at the moment. Maybe pound yen is a better trade, to be honest. I haven't got myself set up on that one, but pound yen on this account is must be not a bad little trade if this pulls back. Yeah, as the analysts are saying here, it's not like early tightening of rates, but early tapering. Let's have a quick look at the chat. What's going on? I'm long dollar yen, Kitman. Well done. Yeah, I think dollar yen is maybe the one to go. For some reason, that's stalling on me. This possibly drives higher, doesn't it? Let's have a look at where our next level of support and resistance is, I should say, on the dollar yen. Okay, so put it on the daily. So this has got the next level to look at on the daily up there at 110.57. So our next level on the 4 hour chart. We've got some levels to consider at. So this could possibly move up to the next level of resistance at 110.35. 110.35 possibly. Sorry folks, I haven't taken a trade today, but I'm not just in the business of taking a trade for the sake of it. Anyone make any money over that? Gold must be drips lower, Calvin, I would have thought. Euro was, yeah. Well, in line with my daily trend following, I would say a pullback into 109.85 most probably makes sense. I'm gonna. Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing here. I'm just looking at a pullback. I'm going to have a stop below this level of what I think will be significant support in here. This is the 1 hour chart. I'm taking profits slightly above 110 at 110.20. I'm looking here. I've got a risk reward on this trade 1.45 to 1. Still only lost risking 120 bucks, but it's in line with my trend continuation. So we'll place that pending buy order there, and then see indeed if we oops daisy, take that trade. Open buy. Why is that fading? That should not be fading there. There we go. Why is that? I'll let me doing that. What's the error? 4109. I'll watch it, do it, trade it manually. Gold, nice too. Yep. Marco, go, baby, go. Right. I guess we should get to the exciting part of the day, shall we? Should we give some money away? This community, I'm biased, of course, I'm biased. This community, I think, is the best community out there in this space for trading community, for education, for mentoring, ongoing mentoring. And this community, it's not just all about me. Or is it all about me? Oh, and Mark and Max and so forth. Actually, it's not. It's not all about me at all. Or Max or Mark. It's basically about the community that we have created for the people that join us each and every day for our daily live streams, discussing, keeping the vibrant chat going. Basically, it's created by you. Excuse me. And this is our time of the month where we basically are able to say thank you to the community in a payback. And rewarding those that have been the most active and the most involved in the community. So we do this basically with 3 awards. Okay, and I'm going to do that now. And the first award is accredited to the best room contributor. Now, room contributor basically means someone that's helping people coming into the room, new people coming into the room, actively involved in the room. Is it throwing ideas out? Is it putting up commentary as well, and so forth? And this vote is not always down to me. It goes out to all of us here. So it's So although I accept bribes, it doesn't actually affect the outcome of the winner. But it is, I think, most deserved. Most deserved, I would say, most months. However, we don't award it every month, but it does give me great pleasure this month to award $1,500 in real money. In real money to this chap or chapess now. Congratulations, Marco. Now, Marco, you have... there you go. It's all yours. Marco, you have won it before. In fact, Marco, you are also a moderator. It doesn't tie in that moderator gets it. Moderators do it for the love of the job. But it does. But you're conscientious in everything that you do, and it's so well deserved. Sometimes I'm in the room here, whether it's midnight and I'm not at my desk or something. I look on the thing, and you're still there buzzing away in the room. Absolutely well deserved. You're very conscientious. You're great with the new members. You're great with the existing members. Always courteous to everyone inside the room, putting out the odd fire that we see now and again. So congratulations, Marco. Very well deserved. It was a close call. We've had a couple of 2 or 3 on the short list this month. But Marco, you did pip it. So thank you very much. That's $500 straight into your trading account, so that you too can start getting involved. I know you've won it a couple of times as well, but that doesn't disqualify you from winning yet again. people that want to get actively involved, well, you will be rewarded each and every month accordingly. It's not based on who won it last time and so forth. So congratulations to Marco on that. Right, anything going on? Still not seeing very much in the movements there. We're just seeing the okay. So we're on the dollar's now pushing up again, as you can see. Euro's coming in. Will it hold this level of support? Coming in here. See my mouse by my shoulder. That's the level. 1765. That's where we had the pending order initially. We'll see where it goes there. I think it's going to hold. If it doesn't hold, it's definitely going to hold down there, I would say. You can never say definitely, of course, but the dollar does seem now to be following yields higher as as bonds get sold. Yields go up, and it looks as though the dollar is looking to follow. And remember, ECB aren't moving rates anytime soon. Dollar yen, I still think is going to go, but I'm not buying the tops of those candles. I never buy a top of a candle. Always wait for the pullback. Give me more room for my risk management. Right. Now this leads me to the best trade signal provider for the month of July. Okay. Again, this was a tight one. We've had lots of participants this month. We always get the data, but it's not just about the data. It's not just about quantity. It's also about quality. It's also about follow up. Anyone can put out signal just to get the numbers up there. So the data gives us where do we look, but it's not just all about that. It's about everything, the follow up and so forth. So this one was a very close call. Very close call between three individuals, but we came to the consensus. Is he moving to England? Is Messi moving to England? Where's he moving to? Not Crystal Palace, is he? Is Messi coming to Crystal Palace? No. Anyway, so this is a very close call. But we finally decided on this valued member of the community. Someone said Messi to Sydney Football Club. I do not think so. I do not hope so. Congratulations, JR98. Well deserved. I'm not sure if you are in the room at the moment. You've been actively in the room all week. But thank you for everything you've done this week. It's been absolutely this month has been absolutely fantastic. As I say, it was a very close call. And next month's competition starts today. So, well, it's actually started 6 days ago. So get going. And remember, it's not just about it's about the follow up and what have you. And it's not always about winning trade signals either. Winning trade signals are great, but if you're following a pattern, following a strategy, then obviously that's valued as well. JR98 says, "Thank you, Mr. Andrew. That is absolutely absolutely well deserved. So thank you as well." Okay, just having a look here at the quick acknowledgement of the members there on the YouTube. Damien says, "Is the euro dollar a buy or a sell?" Where is that crystal ball? It's on the shelf at the moment. I'll get it later. Euro dollar is most probably a sell, but I haven't got any reason to enter on my strategy at the moment. But my bias is a sell, but you have got to trade your own strategy, and I'm not here able to just say buy it and sell it and you're going to pay for your weekend. Unfortunately, trading is not like that, unfortunately. But my bias is that the euro dollar is going to come under pressure, as it's coming under pressure at the moment. You've got to be mindful of this level of support that we're seeing here. I think today it might hold initially. Pound is flying, Aussie's lower. Thanks very much, John Sniper FX. Someone else, Sonny says, please give us some information about gold. Gold basically is acting inversely to the dollar at the moment. Dollar has got bid momentum. Bonds are getting sold. Yields are going up. Gold is going to come under pressure at the moment. It's just dripped through 1800. It's most likely to come back down to test 1775. $8,000 already. I haven't checked gold. So it is at 70.75 as I speak. Well, there you go, 1.5% drop in gold so far today. So that's basically where that is at the moment. And so Tarawa, yeah, that's what I just said. Same thing on that gold. Mostly, if gold, if the look, this is the dollar index. Look at the dollar index. It's flying now. Okay, so this is showing real strength. It's a bit delayed reaction, but this is the daily chart in the dollar index. Remember, that's not the daily. That is the daily. So this is now showing really big momentum, big Mizuho candle. You've broken through level of resistance. You've got that support zone coming into the euro dollar, but the yen is helping driving this higher as well. The euro accounts for about 2/3 of the index. The euro is about 14%, I think. Sorry, the yen is about 14%. Yen's really helping this drive higher at the moment. Remember, the pound's going strong as well, so it really is dollar strength that's driving this higher at the moment. And most probably has a bit of a pullback before continuing. We'll see. Keep an eye on that level as we're coming into the euro dollar at the moment. Right, okay, so let's get to the main event. The main event for you auditors out there, for those that don't get too involved in the trade signals area. The main event for some of you is, of course, the Random Waffle. It's where we give away $500 in cold hard cash to someone completely randomly. That's why it's called the Random Raffle. Right, okay, so this, as I say, I don't have a smashing little movie set up for this one because I don't know who the awards are. Let's move it over to here. Okay, so this is how this works. These are the winners last month. I have to go to awards section, as I'm doing now. I go to launch the raffle, and I now pick a winner. And what you'll do, you'll see your name scroll through there. Okay, I do have some complaints every month. People say my name wasn't in it, and they record it and slow it down in slow motion, and then there's a reason why they're not in it for whatever reason. But if you've registered, you'll be in it. But of course, as Headshot Sniper says there, your chances of winning are quite remote because I've got all my family in there. I've got all the family in the Philippines. I've got my dogs in there. I've actually got the turtle in there today. Terry the turtle. He's in there. If he wins today, that's going to be embarrassing. No, they're not. Please don't put me on Trustpilot. It's a scam. It's a scam. It's just his family winning all the time. All right, I'm going to pick a winner and see where we go. And Mark has just said here, Mark Bonnell has just said, if he wins, he's going to do a re-raffle. Thank you, Mark. Actually, we're not allowed to win. Pick a winner. Raffle building. There we go. There we go. There's my dog. Yeah, there's my sister. There's my auntie. There's my brother. Yeah, yep, they're all there. Yeah, the turtle. Terry's in there. Ibliac 7. You can't see it too well on the dark version. IBLAIC. Yeah, you've done that. Well done. Okay, congratulations. There you go. It's up there already in the lights. Ibliac 7. Has been a member for a couple of years. Well done. Congratulations to you. I'm not sure if you're in the room at the moment, but for all the winners, if you please just send a quick note to the customers support team. You can do that inside the trading room in the bottom left here. That's below. Here it is, just below. There it is. There, live support. You can do it there. You can email support there. Yeah. And they will happily send you the details of how you can collect your cold hard cash. Gosh, it's raining money here at ForexSignals. This is like, I tell you, this non-farm payroll event, it's like staging a mini version of a veto. Hang on, let me do it. How do I do this? Right. So there you have it. Okay, so we've had some winners. We haven't had we haven't taken a trade ourselves, unfortunately, but that's okay. You've got the bias going on there. Bias is, I think, for the dollar to continue into next week. You're going to have a bit of a setback, I would say, potentially against the currencies that are stronger, like the pound or so, but certainly against the weaker currencies, the yen being one, the euro being the other. it's likely to to continue. At the moment, we are seeing some support coming in there. Of the euro dollar, it does seem to be wanting to hold for now. Remember, use the support tool if you're struggling to draw your support and resistance. Look at that one, came bang on my support zone. Not surprising because it works. Take it out further if you want to get more data in there, and of course the daily in there. And if you want to merge them, it gives you the real powerful levels. So the real powerful level would be coming in down here. Is that merged? Not necessarily, but you got so it's pulled up this support zone as well that I'd drawn in, and this one as well. The one below that, of course, is this bottom down here. You can see with the on the foyer. If you want, you could put in the weekly as well. Which the weekly come in? Let's just have a look at the dailies off and the 4 hours off. Is the weekly near here? Nothing showing there on the weekly on that level. Where's the weekly below us? Weekly below us would come in down there at 1660. May get there. May get there indeed. Right, okay, let's have a quick look then before we finish at what the rest of the market is doing. So this is the faithful momentum meter. Green line. I coloured it green because it's the greenback. That's the strong one. Put the brown line here, and that's the weak one. Yet euro's looking weak as well. Those are the ones that should be sold. If you don't want to buy the dollar, you can buy these ones that are edging up. You can buy a pound against the euro. That means you're selling the euro pound. We've broken through key levels of support in the euro pound. Let's have a quick look at that. Mostly looks for continuation down. This is the euro pound now. Okay, so we've broken through key levels of support there. This, I think, grinds lower. I think a pullback into this zone. You could have an entry around there at the 85 level if it wants to pull back 20 to 30 pips. Have that with a 50 pip stop, trend continuation. Often, as you know, old support becomes resistance. I like to trade the pullback. I think it's going to struggle to get past this on a pullback. So I think the risk reward definitely be to sell the euro pound. I think you can possibly look at the Aussie currency, the New Zealand currency. They seem to be doing all right at the moment. So the euro looking lower. Look at that pullback back into the support. Most pretty rolls back now. Remember, wherever the US dollar goes, the euro is the biggest traded currency pair against it. If the dollar is really strong, that is going to put inherent pressure on the euro because about 35% of people out there are trading the euro dollar. I think it's 33% actually. So that is going to be the biggest play out there. Of course, the rest is all spread about. So the euro will be under pressure if the dollar wants to continue, and we'll see. NFP wrap. Okay, thanks for that. So we'll see the euro come under pressure. Let's have a look. Final look at the Mentimeter. So New Zealand looking strong, Aussie's looking strong, Euro's under pressure, Yen's under pressure. Aussie Yen potentially drives higher. Look, the stock markets are looking big. Okay, stock markets are not really reacting. We've hit all-time highs today. Why have we been on stream? All-time record highs of the whole world since I've been trading since 1980, the 80s. This is the highest the Dow has ever been since I've started trading 35 years ago. This is the highest it has ever been. This is the Dow. You've witnessed it here live on stream. S&P 500, the highest it's ever been, ever. While stocks remain bid, then the safe haven currencies, the low yielders. What are the low yielders? The euro, negative rates. Japan, marginally above zero. Switzerland, negative rates. Yeah, these are the low yielding funding currencies used to fund asset purchasing. These are under pressure because you borrow those low yielders, you sell them on the currency markets, you buy the assets. That's basically what's happening at the moment. So I expect the yen, I expect the euro, the Swiss to remain under pressure as the stock markets continues to grind higher, which is in itself a little bit odd if they're going to tighten up money. But there you go. That's what's happening at the moment. Buy the rumour, sell the fact, as they say. Right, folks. Well, thanks for that. Hopefully you found it interesting. We didn't make any money today. We didn't lose any money. I think to to say exactly what the analysts were saying before we came on. 3 analysts, if they knew their number 20 minutes in advance, would they have been able to make money? Not necessarily. And they're the top analysts. So, right. Well, thanks for tuning in. If you're leaving us from Asia Pacific, have a good weekend. Well, you won't see me next week. I'm on vacation. But if you're going to be tuning in for the rest of the day, I'll be here and I'll be doing the London wrap in about a few hours' time. So thanks for tuning in. Congratulations to all our winners today. Well deserved to all of you. Okay, I'll see you all later.